Hiya. I was planning to come on yesterday, but it's my son's birthday, my eldest son's birthday, so I carried away. But I do know that that is a lesson that I need to, when I feel that pull and that urge and I'm having things come through me and I'm channeling, and I know that it's meant to be shared with all of you too, I have to follow that. And even if it's quick, I need to make time to do it because it's wanting to be channeled for a reason. These things, and I know that there are times when I'm channeling, it's for me and for me only, I get that. But there are times I'm realizing now that when I'm getting that tug and pull to come and you need to share this, I need to come and share it because it's not just for me, it's for all of you as well, for whatever way or whatever you get from what I'm channeling. I know that I am a channel for Source to create what doesn't exist yet, and that's why, and that's part of my purpose here, is to allow that to come through in that way. And I think on Saturday I did post and I was having not a great day, but I accepted it. I purged and let it go, what needed to be let go of, and I didn't second guess it. I know now that it's just releasing and letting go of what no longer can, it's no good for me. I know that. But yesterday, very much, I was channeling very much in the morning, and I did wake up yesterday with, I felt a lot lighter and a lot more clarity. And I think, I know I'm being tested left, right and centre. And that continues because you are it's like, I think it's like a little test to see whether or not the lessons that you've been learning, are you really sticking to them? Those old triggers and those old habits that you've worked really hard to let go of, and the old energies that that aren't good for you and right, you are tested in different ways all the time. I see it and I clock it now. Whereas before it took me, and I'd get these things like, oh, for goodness sake, and then I'd get messages from tarots and channelers and stuff outside of myself confirming it is a test. I now know. I don't need that validation. I don't need that confirmation. I know this already. And when I do, if I am, on one of them platforms and I do hear, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I figured that. Which is a good thing, because although like yesterday, there was something that came up and I was triggered for a couple of minutes and I was like, for goodness sake, are you kidding me? And then I was walking off, another test. And then I'm like, oh, but I saw it, I accepted it, and I still pushed past and was like, oh, okay. And as my day did go yesterday, I was like, don't you think? And I sat and I was just like, don't you think that I've passed the test? You've tested me. How many more tests do I need to go to get, for you to actually trust that I am not going to go back there? And they channeled through me and said, this is how big it is for you. We need to know with all certainty that there is going to be nothing that will sway you and that will pull you back to your old habits, pull you back to old energies, and go back to how you once were. And we need to know 100% that you are who you're saying you are now. And so I'll just continue proving them that I am, because I know I am. And I know yesterday very much it was coming through that I've realised when I do shut out external noise and social media, it's more social media, not but when I come away from that, and I channel so easily, and it's flowing through me in a way that it never has. And I realise that that's happening because I'm trusting it. When I'm channeling and it's coming through me, and I just feel it and it makes sense, and it's like these little clicks. Oh my God, yeah. And these are aha moments in myself, but in a lot more of a grounded, deep rooted way. It's not the same way that it was hitting a couple of weeks ago, because I learned I was flowing and all these things were coming to me. It was like a high, a massive high, and I was literally electric. And I've been on here and I was literally like, oh my God, I can't control it. And I knew that in working with my nervous system and learning how to balance it and be able to ground myself, when I'm able to ground myself and let what wants to come through me flow through me, it does. It feels, it's not the same high, but it feels a lot more powerful now, because it's a lot more grounded and deep rooted. Like I'm feeling it to my core, and it feels more calm and more steady. And that is something that I know I've had to work on, and everyone does. You need to be able to stabilize your nervous system so that when these things, you know, abundance and manifestations do come in, and there's things that are coming into your life that are changing, you are able to hold them, and your nervous system is able to hold them steadily and balanced without either going flying up or retracting and going down when there's negativity, because that's just life. You're going to get ups and lows and people judging and things, because that's just the way it is. And it's being able to really anchor that in and be able to control it. And I know that's coming to me very much, and I feel, but the flow that's coming through me and the way I'm so easily able to channel now, it's coming through me in that way, and a lot easier because I'm trusting it. I'm not second guessing it. I'm not, the noise in my mind, oh my gosh, it's so quiet. Don't get me wrong, I do have moments. I noticed yesterday there was a couple of times, but I don't react in the same way. I might have I think there was, you know, and I saw it and I was like, oh, for goodness sake, and just let it go. But you do have to remember you are human too. But as long as you're able to see it and still push through it and do the thing that you're feeling pulled to do, even if your mind and things are saying don't do it, you push past it, then you are breaking that cycle and you're breaking that loop, and your brain realizes that it's a natural, this is normal. So it stabilizes, and that's what I know is happening for me, because the noise, and when things I'm flowing and I'm channeling through now, it feels, and I know, because it just feels, I feel it, I know it. And when you feel it, you know that that's your intuition and that's your soul guiding you, saying, yeah. And it's just that, oh yeah, that feels so true. And I'm able to do that more because I'm not second guessing my intuition. My mind isn't questioning it. And even if it might do, it's nowhere near as loud as it was before. And because I'm allowing it and I'm trusting it in the way that I am now, more is flowing through me. And I know, and I know that the more that I'm open and I don't second guess it, and I just allow what's coming through me come through me, and if I feel pulled to share, I share. I'm channeling what source wants me to put out into the world. And the more I do that and allow it without second guessing myself, the more will flow through me and the more activated. And I know my intuition, I can just feel it, it's getting stronger, because I'm allowing, and I'm not seeking for validation and confirmation outside of myself. Because before, my mind, I'd hear the channeling, and then I'd let my mind then take over and be like, are you sure that's what you're hearing? Then I'd second guess myself. Then I would be going, and it go onto social media, and you know, and I'd go on there and things, and then messages would come up like giving me confirmation that what I was hearing was right. And that was like, oh gosh, and it was, you know, it's just a really good thing. I felt, oh, okay, I'm not going crazy. But I don't need that now. I'm realizing that, yeah, it's nice when I go on, and that's my way of chilling, and I go on there, and it's, you know, not just for that but other things. But when messages do come up that are clarifying what I've heard, instead of me being, oh my God, yeah, that is right, I've been, yeah, no, I knew that already. And so it's not, because I don't need it, because I'm trusting. And that's what it is. When you start trusting your shared self and you're showing to the universe that you are who you saying that you are, you letting go of these past versions, past habits, past energies, and you are really truly anchoring in to this 5D new human that you are, and you're grounding into that in a really deep rooted way, the universe will flow through you so much easier. And when you do that, all the things that you've been longing for and manifesting and knowing deep in your soul that you are meant to be living here, those things will start coming into fruition, and it will slowly start trickling in, because that's the law of the universe, and it's mirroring. If you're putting out all the, the love, and you're putting out that you are this version of you now, and you are able to hold, and you are these, and all the things that you have, pulls that you're knowing just deep inside of you, that this is what, even if you don't know how, but some way that you are meant to be channeling or writing or songwriting, however you've designed it to be while you're here, you allow it to flow through you in the way that you're meant to. And when you do that, the universe will bring in these beautiful things that you forget that you even asked for. Like it came to me when I was taking my son to school about my manifestations and how I've done that all my life. And I also realized how I have channeled all my life, and it's more coming apparent. And my eldest daughter I was telling her, I was just speaking to her yesterday about things, and she was like, "Oh my God, Mum," she said, "I'd always hear you chatting away to yourself." And I was like, "Really?" And she went, "Yeah." She went, "I thought sometimes you were talking to me." She went, "I just let you get on." She said, "But you were deep in conversation." And I thought, my God, if anyone else to hear that, they'd think there's something a bit wrong with you. But that was me channeling. And the more I remember, the more, I did. I was hearing, and even I did. I thought it was just weird. But that was my higher self talking to me. I was channeling through, and I am a verbal channel. I can tell, for me, when things come, it's the easiest thing that comes to me. When I have these downloads and the channeling coming through me, it is just so easy for me to sit and just channel what wants to come out. But the more you allow and the more you trust yourself, the more will flow through you. But that's one thing I know I need to do. I need to follow through on that. When I feel pulled and I know that these things need to be shared with you, not just me, I need to come on here and share them, because it's all part and parcel of an awakening, and it's just constant lessons, like Earth coming to being able to be a soul, having a human experience is lessons. Earth is school. You're coming here and learning the lessons so that your soul can, whatever those lessons you've designed it to be that you need to learn here, you learn so that your soul, once it leaves here and it's time for it to go, it can, it can evolve and ascend higher or reincarnate again for more lessons. It's just, oh gosh, when you see it in that way, it's fascinating to me. And I just, in such awe at the miracles that we have surrounding us every day, even the little things and the little things that are coming, trickling in, and just how good life can get when you truly pour into yourself and you choose yourself and love yourself and stop abandoning yourself. It's just, I've done that for such a long time and thinking it was for the right reasons, but obviously there were lessons that I was, stuck. I do think that I should have ended my relationship a long time ago. And the more and more I look at things and I think, my gosh, and it's very easy once you're out of that relationship to actually see how lost you were in it and how deluded and delusional I truly was about my relationship, and how toxic it really was. And yes, there was, like, I'm not denying there was love, but it was very toxic. And it's just, I'm just really grateful I'm out of it. But when I do have these you know. And I think another thing that really came to me yesterday, why Saturday I was grieving, not only do I feel like I was being tested in some way, but it came to me yesterday that I've had this, it's like an anticipation and like nervousness and just knowing deep in my soul, in my, you know, my body, that change is coming, and I can feel it. And I think it's knowing that this chapter of my life is coming to, it's going to close soon. And that is, I've wanted that for so long, but with that does come a sense of grief, because it's really truly letting go of those old versions, that old version, and the energies that were in that chapter of your life. And there was love, and there were memories, and beautiful children were created in that, you know, in that chapter of my life. But knowing so deeply that me releasing and grieving and purging out, that is okay, and it's my body's way of releasing what no longer can come with me and can stay with me, because it's served its purpose. I've learnt the lessons that I was meant to learn from that, and it's now time for me to move on to my new chapter. And I know it's a chapter that is beyond my wildest dreams. I do know that, and I feel it, and I just know. But that's why I accepted that that's what it is, that because I know so deeply that this chapter is coming close, that I am kind of cherishing these moments, because I've had messages about that, and I have spoken about it, that I've had messages a lot over the last month or two telling me to really cherish this time, this silence. It can be really overwhelming at times, the silence, because you think that nothing's happening, and you think, oh God, I'm stagnant, I'm just stuck, I'm not. But so much is being done internally. Everything's moving around and shifting and changing, and for you, for your own good. And in that process, you do kind of come into solitude and hermit in a way, and just slowing down. Like, I've had lots of messages, you need to slow down, you need to rest more, and you know, I've been able to do that the last couple of weeks, and I've really needed that. And that, you know, was gifted to me, and I'm able to not be rushing. I'm able to have time to rest, and I allow myself to rest, because I'm someone that's go, 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 go. If I'm not doing, I feel like I'm being lazy. And it's learning that in rest, in doing rest for the benefit of yourself, in that you can receive. And it's okay to rest and to allow things that are meant to come in, your angels, to bring you the, you know, what it is that you deserve and you've worked really hard for, you know. And it's just allowing and listening to what you're hearing, listening to your intuition, and trusting that it's all happening for you. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Even in those moments you could think it's the most, you know, like, why is this happening? It's happening for you. It really is. And it's been a huge lesson for me in all of this. But yeah, well, I hope you all have a lovely Monday, and I'll catch you soon.